Come on in. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the big ones, love. Also, where we're at right now. We're on the edge, we're on the cusp. Greatness is our destiny, is what Papa says is for us. So come on. We're on the edge. All it's going to take is a little push for us to go to the next level. So come on in. The water's fine. And also a new poem and freedom, awareness, and the Great Awakening. So come on. And I'm so glad you're with me today. Hiking Druid here. Remember that one? It's video 101. So, three chimes to get us going. So, how have you been? Are you doing good? Are you helping each other? Are you being patient? You know, our normal, the normal level of existence for a well-balanced member, sovereign member of mankind is to be overflowing with joy. You back fear into the corner and yeah, you are the boss. You're the boss of your stomach. You're the boss of your brain. You are the boss of your fear. You are the boss of any of the emotions that might bind you into the trap of the little liar. So that's why I say, enjoy. Capital E, N, capital J, O, Y, enjoy. We need to be more aware of the words, the meaning of the words. Words mean things. Rush Limbaugh taught us this 20 years ago. He said that a lot, and it's still so true. It's probably more true even now, as the truth of the words have been twisted into dark spells that mesmerize us through the tell-eye vision. Yeah, through the programming. What tell-eye vision program, la la la, do you like? La la la. So, things are going great here. I hope you enjoyed my last video, which was about pine needle tea. That one is getting more following than a lot of my other ones. So there is a great interest in keeping your immune system strong. We know why we need to do this now. So the word is getting out there, and I want to read. I just finished. I started it a couple days ago, and I finished it this morning, and I'm quite happy with it. It's a poem called A Poet of the Cusp. I am a poet of the cusp, the edge of darkness to light, the terror of the veil, he who speaks the truth. It is at the edge of night when the healing light breaks through. It is now that conquers fear-filled wise. It is our God-loved destiny. Wait a minute. Let me start that again. It is our God-loved destiny to banish the liars and their lies. I announce a word, and that word is true. I denounce a being, and that being is liar. I announce a truth, and that truth is love. I denounce a lie, and that lie is anger. I announce a newness, and that newness is freedom. I denounce an ancient trap, and that ancient trap is fear. A.D. Boynton, 8/15/2020. 2. Time's flying. 8/20/22. So, no. Let me get that right. 8/15, August 15th, 2022. Okay. Thank you. Now, onward and upward. Did you catch that song at the beginning? That was from Bensound, Birth of a Hero. That's a like a royalty-free site, but still like to give them a little credit because you know what? There's some beautiful stuff, and they want you to be able to, not get snagged by the thought police on BoobTube. So, yeah. So another reason to really know what the words mean and to use the words very carefully is so that we can keep getting the word, the 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 knowledge out there, because this is a time that they are very frightened. The liar and the minions, the stinking minions, they know, but they know by the the feeling of fear, that the ending time is here, is very near, and it's stomping on their necks. That's what we're supposed to do. The light dispels the darkness. And so keep up the pressure, guys. Keep up the pressure. They're crumbling, you know. The little three-letter agencies are getting dismantled all over the world. The one that begins with a C, the communists in America, they're getting broken apart in Germany, in Switzerland, which was their headquarters, in DC. Their buildings, a lot of their buildings, their parking lots are empty all through. This was one of the major networks for the cabal. So good to know that they are going away. We didn't need them. They were overstepping the Constitution. The other one that begins with F, that just did a very unconstitutional, terrible, twisted, with very political driven Banana Republic move down in Florida. They won't be along. They won't be along for the ride. We don't need them. We don't need them. We don't need 90% of the government. We are the news. We are the sheriffs. We are sovereign members of mankind. We are the high priest of our family, each one of us. We talk directly to Papa, each one of us. We instruct our children how to interact with others in a loving, bold, yet kind, thoughtful, wise manner. We teach them right from wrong. We teach them good, the difference between good and evil. And we correct them based on what Papa has taught for thousands of years, like the Ten Commandments. This is simple. If you just, it isn't always easy, but it's simple to trek upon the trail that um, that he says we is the fastest way to get to him. So this is why we're sovereign, because we have the God spark. This is why I teach about observing natural law and nature's God. See, God made nature. God made the earth. So you give thanks, and that's what worship means. You give great thanks to the creator of all things, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, our Papa. Give thanks to him. Don't idolize people. Don't make false idols out of singers, dancers, sports people. You're only setting them up anyway, If they start believing it, they get off the trail. They get off the straight and narrow trail. So, this was all cabal crap. It's going away. It's part of the system of how they drain our energy, which in some part, especially in their system, it was a large part, was money, was the energy, because it's the bread of your labor, as Abraham Lincoln wisely spoke about. Gettysburg Address, go check that out. Yeah, amazing. What we're going to find out about Abraham Lincoln is pretty cool. Who else was he related to? Why are so many of the goodly, godly leaders in that line, in that bloodline? Blessed by God, Papa. So yeah, you observe these things in the wilderness, what I call the God rhythm or the natural flow. It's all God. It's all God, and it's all for God. So don't get tricked into idolizing yourself. Yes, of course, you need to live a balanced, goodly, godly life. You are not God. You are of God, and he loves you so much. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? Don't set up false idols. There's a lot of New Age claptrap coming out into the Great Awakening. And, that would be a way to subdivide us and turn us against each other, which is how the enemy has always squashed all the great movements in the past. And often even tricked the great leaders of the past into leaving their straight and narrow trail. So it's easier to go on the broad path, all right, as Jesus teaches us. But it's also the way to damnation. It's the way to turning away from the Father. He won't even know us. He won't know us because we honored lesser things over the only thing to honor. No, I mean, the highest thing to honor. Yes, you honor your mother and father, of course, of course. That doesn't mean you idolize them. You honor your children, you honor your wife, you honor your husband. It doesn't mean you make an idol out of them. People were really making idols to their dogs and cats. And of course, the cabal was latching right onto that, you know. Do we need more gods with cat heads and dog heads, or just God? I mean, the Egyptians did that, and it didn't work out great for them. And that was part, all these great civilizations, call them great. That's what the history books say, right? But who wrote those? The liar, right? You got it. On the nose. Yeah, so good, isn't it? Isn't it? Are, so keep connecting with Holy Spirit. Keep deepening your discernment. Um, you know, talk half, listen more. Listen 2 times more than we talk. 2 ears, you listen twice. 1 mouth, speak once. And sometimes the best answer is silence. That's an old Indian quote. A lot of the wise sages in the tribal circles teach this. So it's also, I've heard it said, it's better to keep silent and let them accuse you of being stupid than opening your mouth quickly and proving them correct. uh, it's okay to say, I don't know. You don't, everything isn't a pissing contest. You don't have to be better than the other person, bigger, harder, faster. You don't have to do that constantly. That was the cabal trickery to keep us in constant competition and another way of drawing our energy out. The Super Bowl is one of the greatest energy harvesting events in the world. The Olympics are, these, anything that rock concerts are, anything that gets that adrenaline going, they can harvest that energy. Amusement parks, why is it always adrenaline rushes on the rides? Why do they always try to scare people? Why do 800 kids disappear out of amusement parks? I won't say the name, Disney, in 1 year, and then they have their own police force, or they did. I think that's going away now. All these great things, they're changing to goodly godly, because that's where we're going, onward and upward. Are you ready? The great awakening, the golden age. Are you getting balanced? Are you taking those walks out in the sun? Are you giving great thanks to who created the sun, who created the earth, who created this beautiful realm that we get to explore, the wilderness that balances us and actually puts your biological clock back into place? If you can just spend a few nights out in the woods and, sleeping in very simple things like a tent or under the stars. When was the last time you did that? Have you ever done that? We're going to be doing that more and more. And for your kids' sake, you should be doing that once in a while. There's a reason that a wood fire is so enchanting to our spirits, so calming, so exciting. There's a reason that the tribes in North America and tribal people all over the world gather around a fire and they tell stories and they sing and they dance. The heartbeat dance of the North American tribes. Boom, 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 boom. There's a reason it sets us in balance. It's your heart rhythm. It's the way God designed us. And why those faster things, they've always been very off-putting to me, generally. you know. Of course, when I was 20, I liked to dance, jump around like anybody. But the thing is, you need to experience all kinds of music. Don't get stuck in one kind of music, you know. Uh, Variety is important too. Um, I hope you liked that poem about being on the edge. This captured us that are sort of maybe a spear tip on the edge, or pushing through the veil, or tearing the veil from God down to us. Tear it, tear it. Do you know you can observe all of it from up there? You don't believe me? Ask Holy Spirit. Why do you think I'm telling everybody to keep practicing that? You need to hear the right voice. And it's quiet. And it's generally calming, at least when you're first learning. This is what I experienced. Took them a while to teach me how to listen. As you can see, I can talk, but to listen, it's been a challenge. It's been fun. It's great. And so, hang on a second. Wait. So why is fear the ancient trap that I denounce at the end of my poem there? Why is fear that ancient trap? Well, it's one of the liar's favorite tricks to get you so hung up on your doubts, fears, sadness, self-loathing, all this stuff that the psychologists and psychiatrists try to get you to focus in on. Liar, liar. Check out the Three Dog Night song, Liar. I think it's Liar. It might be Liar, Liar. Anyway, you can find it. It's fun. I'm not going to play it because I want to put this on YouTube, and they're very picky. I mean, particular. So yes, you need to be aware of their games, and we're using their systems to bring about God's system. How's that? Our system, being a sovereign system, being a common law system, being a constitutional system, being a natural law system. Those are all similar terms based on God's law, which is natural law. It's what you observe, it's what you touch, it's what you taste and smell and hear. That's natural law. That's why it's so important to get people into the forest where you can slow down, you turn off all the devices. Devices. It's right in plain sight, folks. So turn them off. Snap that trap. That's what God loves the best. He's putting them into the traps that they were building into us. They're now running around in complete fear. That's what that raid was on our president. That's what that was. It was a weak move, very weak. Showed their fear. They have nothing else. Their leaders are gone. There's some fake ones just to get the point across about how horrible it would have been if the real ones really did take over. Let's face it, folks, we wouldn't be here talking to each other. We wouldn't be. And I'm meeting such amazing people. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go in a couple hours and talk to people in Australia, England, the United States. Where else are they coming in from? Belarus, people from Belarus, people from, yeah, all over the place. New Zealand, um, Ireland, and we get together and we're meeting each other. Um, that's what I mean. God is turning. The plan was to get us all separated, and it's actually brought us together like never before in a very affirming, powerful, sovereign way. We choose who our family is. You have your birth family, for better or for worse, right? But you choose your family as you become sovereign, adult, sovereign members of mankind. We also need to teach our children how to be going in that direction, um, not be crowd followers, and not be popular. I mean, what is that? That is so cabal. You don't have to be competitive. You can be competitive in your, in your interest, if or playing a game, but um, it's not constant. And then you go and balance it with other things that doesn't have to have competitive, like hiking or camping or observing God in nature or swimming or a cookout, a bonfire, storytelling. And turn off the radio, turn off the television if you still have one. You need to sit down and figure out, write it down. Write it down. How many hours of your life are you giving to a device that was designed to ensnare you and enslave you? How many hours are you willingly giving to the system that was designed to harvest your children and waste your energy and dull your senses and stupefy us and mesmerize us? How many hours a day? How many hours in a week? How many hours in a year? Multiply that by 100. Let's see how many you waste in a lifetime. I say 100 because they've poisoned us so much. Most of us haven't been living that long, but it's easier math. I'm not a mathematician, so I would use something simple like times it by 100, and just you'll be shocked by what percentage of your life goes to people that hate you. Just think about that. Or are you doing less of that, as most of us are now, and getting back out into things that are affirming and uplifting and loving and light sending and healing and delivering and feeding and clothing? Are you being of service to others? Not a slave, not a doormat. You need to start looking into the words. And if service isn't the right word, how about just being loving to others? And then you can subdefine that, subdivide it into different levels of love. Of course, there's a different level. There is a different level for your child, for God, for the neighbor up the street, for all your brothers and sisters that you don't even know yet. There's different levels of that love for members of mankind. For God, there isn't. There's love. He loves us all no matter what. But he's perfect. He doesn't expect us to be perfect. You can try. You should be trying to be better than you were yesterday. You want to be in a competition, but even then, you got to give yourself a break sometimes. So freedom, awareness, the Great Awakening. We spoke about love. Well, I have a theory. Do women still find cowboys exciting? It's an icon of the United States in the Old West. In South America, they have cowboys too, that have a traditional mystique about them. So I asked an Italian friend of mine, a good friend that most people, I think, probably have a friend like this that they could talk to about love. And she seems to like the cowboys quite a bit. Um, it's amazing that even in Europe they have this American cowboy and Indian too fascination. Probably, probably when the television in the 50s and 60s had a lot of westerns. So we have this cowboy. There's the horse is fun. People love the horse. There's the cowboy, an iconic cowboy, Ronald Reagan, one of our great presidents in the United States. And then I asked Mona Lisa about this, and she seems to be all grins about it. Oh, but oh shit! Wait, wait. Oh, is she? Oh, she's very mysterious. She's not going. No teeth, Mona. Sorry. Wait a minute. Don't overthink that. Now, is she looking at? Is she interested in the cowboy or the horse or the cowboy on the horse? Oh, she has a secret. You just know she does. I think she's interested in that cowboy. Okay, so even Italian girls like the cowboys. And who knows? You got to have a little bit of fun once in a while, okay? So calm down. um, and if you're too bent out of shape about jokes, take a deep breath. I don't know where the speaker is on this darn thing. Anyway, I'll have to try that again when I get a microphone when I grow up. So thanks for listening to Hiking Druids Babbles. I babble like a brook. Maybe I sit next to them enough so that I can just flow. I can just let it flow. Uh, but yes, there's a lot of excitement about, don't get, it's important not to get drawn into all the tricks. As you become more aware of these tricks that were designed to draw the energy out of us all and make us waste our time, then the more you get your discernment deepened, you actually instantly, now I have found, I don't get drawn into this very much anymore, and I almost laugh. I almost instantly laugh at a lot of the news that's just such puppetry. It's just a big movie. But when you hear people going on and on about it, you need to explain that, well, you need that discernment, because you can tell who's totally blind still, that isn't going to. Some people won't wake up, folks. They're not going to wake up. And as sad as that is, it's free will. And if they want to live in a cocoon with no chance of becoming a butterfly because of fear is the trap. It'll make the cocoon so thick that they can't break free. But we keep trying to tear that veil, break through. Jim Morrison, Goodly Godly, sang about tons of things about reaching, break on through to the other side. Okay? Rush Limbaugh. You'll have to figure this stuff out sooner or later. Let's just say there's some big resemblances in Jim Morrison and Rush Limbaugh, and this amazing coincidence, right? Which there's no such thing. We know Elvis and Pastor Bob Joyce, but just coincidence, right? Yeah. Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged, John Galted. If those three things that I just said don't make any sense to you, you need to go and either watch, but I would say read. You really need to take the time to read Atlas Shrugged. There's movies, but you need to read Atlas Shrugged. Please, trust me on this one. Okay, so John Galted, this is how you protect people that you still need their intellect, their creativity. And remember, only sovereign members of mankind have that creativity. The liars only can suck the energy out of us. They trick us into wasting our energy and our creativity so that they can take advantage of it because they don't get it. That's why you can fool the AI with humor and spelling words in different ways. Mankind, we can figure that out real fast. But AI was trained by the liars, and the minions, so doesn't get it. It can't get it, has no soul, and neither do they. Well, the minions do, but most of the high mucky mucks of the cabal don't have souls like members of mankind do. That's why they hate us, except for dinner. That's why they were trying to trick us into their culinary delights. And I say that with a churning stomach. But they also screwed up when they started doing that, because that denies our free will, which even in their karmic demon system, they know they can't mess with God's free will that he grants us. And that's what they've done to the children, and what they've done stealing our free will are the two biggest reasons that rug's getting pulled out from under them. The trap is getting sprung on them that they were going to do to us. The Esther moment. We're living it. It's so exciting. Come on. You've got to see it. Break on through to the other side. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It's beautiful. Just surround yourself with beautiful people, with loving people, with aware people, with truth speakers. We don't have time for the lies, right? You just want to surround yourself with that kind of people. Refuse angry people. love them out of your life. They're either going to change to be loving or they're going to go away. Either way, it's their free will, but you have created the love bubble around you. And that's why we need to be training our little ones, our precious little ones, early on about being loving and respecting one another, being patient. These aren't easy things for kids. And also letting them express their excitement, their impatience sometimes, their creativity. Let them express their creativity and encourage that. But they can't be disrespectful to God or to parents, because that is being disrespectful to God. If they're disrespectful to their parents, they're being disrespectful to God. But they're innocent, and they don't know, and you have to remember how much do they understand this stuff. So be loving, but be stern when it comes to being loving. Don't allow hate around you. I don't know if stern didn't quite strike me as the right word. Be bold and be bold in declaring, I will not allow fear, anger, filth, lying in my life. I will not allow people to do that to me or to my God. I will not allow that. I will not allow people to vivisect truth with lies. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to argue with everybody that lies. That just means I'm going to push them to the outer circle of my acquaintances and keep pulling in new members of my family, of my light, love, truth family. Truth is love and light, but the New Age love and light and airy-fairy stuff is not at all truth. It's the liar infiltrating the words and twisting them. You know, love isn't sex, but the cabal was more and more through movies and all this crap on TV. They were redefining love as sex because it's emotional and you can control people that way. Love is truth. And the light shines even into the darkest place, and it dissipates the lies and the evil and the fear and the doubts. The light, God's truth, is the light. It's the way. It's real love. God is real love. He loves us. He made love. He made love. So it's a part of us. It's a part of him. And of course, God's so much more than that. So you can start asking these things, rub you the wrong way. Run it through your spiritual sieve. Talk to Holy Spirit about it. Talk to Holy Spirit and listen to the lovely answers. And shut up and be still, be quiet, Breathe deeply. Get the trash out. Don't put trash in, and you won't have to get so much trash out. Be loving. Hug somebody today. You need those endorphins. I think that's great for today. So freedom. Oh, freedom is when you break free of the trap. It's a newness. Why is freedom a newness? Because for so many hundreds and thousands of years, the lies were stacked so high, so heavy upon our shoulders that we were all trapped. Almost everybody bought into the lies at one point or another. Now, thank God, enough of us were in balance enough to see through the lies of the last couple of years. So be careful when you start hearing people say your truth, your truth, your truth. If you're getting that confused with opinions. There is the truth, and there's many facets of the truth that, like love plus light equals truth. But you don't confuse your opinions with natural law. Now, if you spend enough time observing nature, your opinions will naturally be natural law, which is God. God's law, I mean. And don't work so hard to find fault in everybody, because we're all trying to get this right. Or most people want to do loving, goodly, godly things in the world. That's why I started out saying the natural level of a well-balanced, sovereign member of mankind is to be loving and to be filled with joy, to overflow so you can share it with your friends and neighbors and inner circle and people around the world, and heal people and love people and dispel the liars, get them out of there. Wow. That's good stuff. Now, go out, love, teach, no, guide, love, loving kindness, patient boldness, patient boldness, wisdom in order to do battle with the liars. You have to have the wisdom of a serpent to battle with the serpent. You have to boldly declare God's love in the world, to shine the light into the dark and dispel it. That's a carefully chosen word. Look that word up, dispel. Di is another prefix like un. It negates the word that comes next. Now you'll see when you're just aware of those two things, un reverses the truth of the word. So does de. Negates it, dispels it. So di, so you can see some of the cabal words that the evil ones have been twisting by putting those prefixes in the word, and they change the energetic meaning of the word. They reverse it. It's black magic. They've been doing it for thousands of years. So be patient with others and yourself. Don't go along to get along. Don't live the lie, but also don't constantly attack people who believe the lie, because you'll push them away from God if you do it too negatively and too powerfully all at once. And I've spoken before about, you can plant a seed or you can dump a whole truckload of seed. One allows the person to be watered later by somebody else or God. The other one is just going to suffocate the person or maybe kill them. You don't want to do that. What good is it? You want to bring people to the truth. And that is the truth. Bring them gently, firmly, consistently. Plant a seed. Someone else will water it. Sometimes you can water a seed that someone else planted, and it's just enough to make it grow, make it spring forth from the dirt and start bringing life into the world. That's what we're here for. Come on. We're here right now. The biggest cusp in the world, the biggest cusp in the evil empire world in the history. And we're here. It's not by chance. Use your energies for love, for good, for God. I'll see you at the top. Onward and upward. And if you start feeling, this is what you can do. If you start feeling overwhelmed or underwhelmed, go for a walk. And go for a walk early in the morning when it's quiet. Get into a good habit of doing that every day. I go for a walk every day. It's great for your body because we were not meant to sit around all the time. Then, when you get into that great habit of walking every day, or biking every day, or swimming every day, just consistently exercising mildly is okay, is great, actually. But consistently, then you might, you might find a day when the one walk still didn't get you out of that funk. So go for another walk. See how simple this is? That way, you're getting more sun on your body. If it's rainy, you're getting washed clean. Go for a second walk. It will lift you up. And while you're walking, ask. You have not because you didn't ask. Just ask. God loves us. Each one of us is his favorite kid. So ask Papa for the energy. You'll get it. And you'll start eating better, and you'll start drinking more water and more juice and things that are natural, not things with a bunch of sugar in it. So the sugar itself isn't evil. It's the amount that's in all our processed foods that got ridiculous, and how they process the sugar. You need to get it as natural to the way God grew it. Get the natural sugar and get the honey. Use fruits to sweeten stuff. All right, there's a lot of helpful hints in there, folks. So have a great day. You are the apple of God's eye. He loves you so much. I love you so much. Blessings to you. Blessings of strength and protection and kindness and love and awareness. Thanks for watching. I'll put some links down underneath where you can get pine needle tea and keep your immune system strong. And I have some nutrition products. I'll put that link down there. And don't forget to click on the subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell and give me a thumbs up or a rumble, depending where this is. I'm on YouTube, BitChute, YouTube, Rumble, Truth Social, Facebook, USA.life. That's probably most of them. So have a great day. Do good things. And enjoy. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you.